presentation is the automated mobile accessibility inspection service. And the presenter is Yon Lee from Korea.
Alright, good afternoon everyone. I'm Young Lee from SC South Korea. For today's presentation, I'll discuss about the automated mobile accessibility inspection service for mobile accessibility. And before I start this presentation, I'll take this opportunity to thank you for joining us today, for listening to my presentation, and APT and ITU for giving us the opportunity to present this presentation. Thank you. Right, yes. I'll get to the point since I only have like 20 minutes. Kidding. Let's start with what is accessibility and what is mobile accessibility, and then we'll discuss about what are the issues and what our solution can help you for handle those issues. So accessibility actually refers to the design of products or services that ensures the ability to access for everyone, including people with disabilities. The concept of accessibility is to guarantee the direct access to service and products for the people with disabilities. Alternatively, in other ways, to guarantee indirect access that utilizes assistive technology, including hearing aids, visual aids, or brailleys, those kind of technologies as well. So, although the concept of accessibility is focusing on people with disabilities, you cannot really think about it as just this issue are just for the people with disabilities, and if you don't have disabilities, it's not your issue. But this issue is for everyone, okay? Because the resulting advantages by implementing and improving mobile accessibility itself benefits everyone. Mobile accessibility, according to the World Wide Web Consortium's definition, refers to making websites and applications more accessible to people with disabilities when they are using mobile devices. For the W3C definition, it says mobile phone as a mobile device accessibility, but for the broader concept, we include the mobile accessibility refers to includes those devices such as mobile devices, mobile tablets, gaming devices, and video gaming devices that uses the smartphone or a smart operating system introduced these days. With the advance of information technology, the means of information distribution moved from computers to the mobile devices. The internet enabled information circulation in the 1990s, but the popularization of smartphone in 2000 triggered unbound information circulation without temporal and spatial constraints. Such a revolutionary evolution of information technology brought about many changes in people's lives. And for that reason, if you're disabled and if you cannot use, if the accessibility is not sufficient, so that if you cannot use the mobile devices, the problem is that you will get behind because of those. So, in many countries, before we talk about the laws and regulations, let's focus on what are the firm's perspective on that. Many firms do not perceive investment in improving accessibility as increasing their overall revenue. Statistics state as much as 15% or more of the world's population has some degrees of disabilities. This means at least 15% of potential customers are demanding accessibility improvements. Problem is, from a firm's perspective, not many of its target customers demand such accessibility improvements because they are probably not their target. Motivating factors for firms, therefore, investment in improving mobile accessibility could be, one, the corporate social responsibility, or the consumer demands, which is not very significant, or the collateral benefits by improving mobile accessibility that could benefit everyone. And most motivation factors for firm, but should be at least to consider for society, is government regulations and laws. Many countries promulgated accessibility laws, regulations, and guidelines under the umbrella of discrimination acts. South Korea, and the United States has significant accessibility laws, mobile accessibility laws that regulate accessibility standards, and they have specific guidelines and specific issues that needs to be cleared for in conformance with their laws. But the problem is they are still on very early stage, so that it is still very critical for governments and regulators to craft effective regulations and guidelines that specifically and correctly reflect the actual demand. So let's think about the mobile accessibility, mobile application accessibility. What are the different from, what those concepts are different from the web accessibility or other RT accessibility issues? One thing is that the mobile application is very complicated, so that you can package the software in native apps using mobile applications, or mobile webs using mobile web pages, or mix up both mobile applications and mobile web pages, what we call hybrid apps. So techniques that you can use for implementing those applications is different and complicated, and all the regulations and laws doesn't really care much about what technologies they're using, but they're more focusing on how people can use the device. Another thing is that mobile devices rely heavily on the touchscreen features for its communication with user. So the blind and visually impaired people are most difficult groups utilizing mobile devices. Therefore, assistive technology provided by the operating systems are mainly focusing on providing alternative means for visual communications. Both iOS from Apple and Android from Google mobile operating systems provide standard accessibility technology, assistive technology, that can be applied to all of their applications. So that if the firm can utilize those standard assistive technology, they can help. Those standard assistive technology will help application developers focusing on the compatibility of their applications to standard technology, rather than implementing accessibility features on their own. So it saves time, it saves energy, and for the users with disabilities can also benefit from these standard technologies, as they do not need to learn application-specific accessibility features each time they use the different applications. So those assistive technology, mostly it's for the visually impaired person. It's called VoiceOver for iOS and TalkBack for Androids. So there are two key components of mobile accessibility compliance because of that, those system-provided assistive technologies. One is alternative text and the other one is focus. Although there are many other features that need to be adjusted to maintain accessibility, developers should first check their source code for two key components, which is focus and alternative text, in order to maintain compatibility with the system-provided accessibility tools. The application developer is responsible for alternative text. All the graphical elements of the user interface should have labels and descriptions. that can be provided to users who do not see the screen. And also, the focus issue, make the order of assisted focus consistent with what actually appears on the screen. So those two are the key components for mobile accessibility compliance, because if the developers effectively include those two key components, will have compatibility to the screen readers that's provided by the system, so that they can maintain much of the mobile application issues. In reality, application consists of many screens, and each screen has many user interface components, input components, graphics, labels, and other contents. And even very small application, which might have like 4 to 10 pages or screens, might have hundreds of user interface components. So, if you're a developer and if you're developing a mobile application, and if you need to check all these alternative text issues and focus issues, if you're doing it by hand, developers must scan the entire source code, look for those hundreds of elements, and need to run a full conformance test of the application, which might take more than a week or so just to check it, and then another week or so for fixing them. And that was the reason why we started developing on this automated mobile accessibility inspection solution, which is called forApp. forApp is an online service that automatically inspects mobile applications for conformance with the accessibility standards to ensure the applications can be accessed by everyone. The inspection results can be downloaded in PDF format. So SCE forApp service is a user interface analysis service for mobile application. forApp supports user interface improvements by analyzing each user interface unit of a mobile application. We also provide automated analysis reports of accessibility issues to help mobile application developers and operators improve their applications. forApp is able to complete this analysis without requiring original source code or other information about the application. So our service actually consists of 3 things. One is the automated application inspection service, which automatically inspects mobile applications for conformance with the accessibility standards. The other one is online expert consulting program, which developers can benefit from a finely tuned expert consulting service that assists in solving development issues with accessibility improvements. Last one is the accessibility statistical database. This database is useful not only to identify the industry's current status of the accessibility compliance, but also to analyze a wide range of usability and accessibility interests for mobile applications. So, forApp features several things. There are so many, but I'll just focus on 3 things. First, as already mentioned, no source code is needed for analysis. If you're a developer and if your application is already on the Play Store or M Market, then you can just let us know what kind of application you want us to inspect. Then we can use that information or the executables uploaded to the Play Store. We can use that to check the application, inspects it without source code or any other technical information from you. Then we can just analyze it and create an automated report for you. Another one is that our tests are all done in actual mobile devices. So if you're in question with some specific devices, you can let us know what kind of devices we want to check on. Then we can check it without any issues. If it's Android, if it's iOS, doesn't matter. And all these services are done automatically. So not much, I can't really say it's no human engaged. We still need a little bit of engagement there, but still, it's automated so that just a couple of clicks and a couple of checks by human, it's all done automatically by the system. So it's fast, it's accurate. forApp service classifies mobile accessibility inspection results by version information, inspected devices, and applications screen-specific information. Even when updates occur, companies can keep track of the complete accessibility, complete compliance history. This allows developers and companies to evaluate their accessibility compliance and manage old versions and the current version concurrently. Another part is that forApp service lets users automatically create a mobile accessibility report. Users can continue to improve mobile accessibility by reviewing the report. This feature is critical for applications in development phase and applications that are continuously updating. So let's look at how our services works. So we have two tracks. One is analyzing using the software development kit that we provide to the application developers. This track is very useful when your application is under development, and if you don't have the executables yet, then you might want to choose this track, insert some of our source code. In their source code, we insert our SDK to there. Then that SDK will connect to our server to check the conformance of the mobile accessibility issues. Another way to check it is the automated user interface inspection tool, which you can just let us know what are the name of the application. Then rest of the other stuff, inspection stuff, can be done inside our system. Both tracks has the same results, will provide the same results to our database. And after the initial analyze inspection analysis, we introduce the expert and user to analyze those applications as well, so that we can create the comprehensive analysis to our server. Then after the complete comprehensive analysis, the developers can download the report and use that report for improving their mobile accessibility while they're developing the mobile applications. From SCE's database, currently we have about 1,000 applications analyzed. Within these applications, we have more than 10,000 user interface screens. We have analyzed more than 601,000 user interface components identified for analysis by the end of August 2015. And this database is increasing as we develop these. So there are 6 common issues identified by those forApp services, and now analyzing those more than 1,000 applications. Due to the lack of the time, I don't think I can go over this. But if you're interested, please visit our booth at the showcasing for more information. And if you're interested about the application accessibilities and mobile accessibilities, we also have the white paper published recently. So if you're interested in reading those white papers, please visit our booth and leave your email address or name card so that I can send you the e-version of the white paper. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lee. This is a very new idea, the innovative solution. And he introduced his solution forApp. This is a forApp is an online service that automatically inspects the mobile application for conformance with accessibility standard. It looks like an online service for the conformance testing. So, are there any questions on this service, on this product? May I ask a question? How can we use this service? So register the member and download the tool?
First you have to subscribe to our service and then request for the inspection. Then we can give you the quote, and after that, maybe we can start inspecting the application.
Thank you. And which language is available?
At this point, Korean and English, 2 languages are available.
Okay, we plan to extend the APT member, so there are 34 member language.
He's our president, and he says, of course. So, in near future, probably you might have, you might see our service on your language probably. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.